Right now, in the United States, there are self-defense weapons you can order online, have delivered to your front door, and in many cases, legally carry. No federal background check, no waiting period, no license. But here's the catch. What's perfectly legal in Texas could get you arrested in New York. And even firearms retailers and law enforcement sources disagree on parts of this list. Today, I'm breaking down 10 non-lethal weapons, exactly where they're legal, where they're banned, and which ones are actually worth your money. Stick around till the end, because number 4 has a brand new court ruling most people don't know about, and number 7 has shipped project restrictions that have burned a lot of buyers. Before we get into it, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now, because we drop videos like this every week breaking down what's actually legal for self-defense in your state. And drop a comment below telling me which state you're watching from. I read every single one. All right, let's get into it. Number 1, and this is the one almost everyone overlooks. Pepper spray is legal in all 50 U.S. states, but the size, strength, and purchase rules vary wildly. In California, you're capped at a 2.5-ounce canister. In Massachusetts, pepper spray is restricted too. Only specific manufacturers registered with the state can sell. In New York, the situation is the most restrictive. The size cap is just 0.75 ounces, about 22 milliliters, with no more than 0.7% major capsaicinoids, and you can only buy it in person from a licensed dealer or registered pharmacy. Online shipments to a New York address are not allowed. Now, here's the update part. As of mid-2025, 2 bills in Albany, a 1838C in the Assembly and S4922C in the Senate, both sponsored by Senator Scarcella Spanton, are moving through committee to remove the licensed dealer-only requirement and let New Yorkers buy online like everyone else. As of July 2026, neither has been signed into law yet, but it's the closest this rule has come to changing in years. I'll link the live bill tracker in the description so you can check the current status. Meanwhile, in Texas, Florida, and Arizona, there are basically no meaningful size caps or purchase restrictions. You can order a full-size canister straight to your door. But here's
when it
one
comes
thing
to
most
personal
videos
safety,
skip.
preparedness
Pepper
is
spray
everything.
is classified
Introducing
as a
the
hazmat
ultimate
by
lineup
the
of
US
non-lethal
Postal
defense
Service.
tools.
Stunster, Saber, POM, and most major retailers will tell you. They will not ship to a P.O. box. They will not ship via USPS. And they often require ground shipping through UPS or FedEx with an adult signature. That's why your order sometimes arrives from a different carrier than expected. The takeaway: pepper spray is your safest legal bet nationwide, but check your state's size limit and double-check the shipping carrier rules before you check out. Number 2, the stun gun. I'm putting this second because the legal picture here is genuinely more complicated than a lot of listicle videos make it seem. After years of Second Amendment challenges at the Supreme Court and federal appellate level, the widespread bans on stun guns were knocked down. Today, stun guns are legal to own in most, but not all, U.S. states. The data is conflicting depending on the source. One major retailer, Stunster, lists all 50 states as legal as of late 2023. Another major retailer, Bling Sting, says stun guns are legal in all states except Rhode Island. DefensiveStrategies.org still flags New York, New Jersey, and Rhode Island as restricted. And Tebotech lists New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, and Hawaii as states where either ownership is banned or possession requires a county-licensed local dealer, meaning you can't just order online. So the honest answer is, stun gun legality is state by state and source by source, and you should not buy on the assumption that all 50 states applies to you. The carry side is just as messy. In Illinois, you need a valid FOID card, or concealed carry license to possess one. Wisconsin. This is the big one. Under State Statute 941.295. Possession of an electric weapon outside your home is still classified as a Class H felony, carrying up to 6 years and $10,000, unless you hold a valid concealed carry permit. A 2023 Washington County ruling found the ban unconstitutional under the Bruin decision. But until the legislature updates the statute, the law on the books still treats possession as a felony. And then there's Michigan, which most videos get flat out wrong. Under MCL 750.224a, taser probe firing devices are legal for adults with a valid concealed pistol license, but traditional standalone stun guns are still banned in Michigan, even for CPL holders. If you live in Michigan and you're not carrying a taser, you're not carrying a stun gun at all. States like Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and the rest of the Deep South. Buy it, carry it, no permit needed. Quick pause. If this state-by-state breakdown is actually useful to you, smash that like button. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who need this info. Okay, moving on. Number 3, and I told you this one would surprise you. Probe-firing tasers are a different legal category from stun guns in a way most buyers don't realize. As of today, only a small handful of states still have serious civilian restrictions on taser devices. Hawaii, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, and Rhode Island are the names that come up across multiple sources. Massachusetts only legalized consumer tasers in 2018 after its Supreme Judicial Court ruled the ban unconstitutional. New Jersey dropped its absolute ban in 2016 after the Caetano decision. Hawaii passed Act 183 in 2021, making civilian ownership legal as of January 1st, 2022. But with a county licensed dealer purchase requirement, you can't ship an electric weapon to a Hawaii address. You must buy through a registered local dealer. On top of that, several states, Georgia, Kansas, New Jersey, North Carolina, Virginia, Washington, Wisconsin, and Washington, D.C., specifically banned carrying any taser or stun device onto school property, even if you're otherwise lawfully allowed to carry. So know your restricted zones, not just your state line. And one more thing about the taser specifically. Taser.com's official state requirements page notes that in several states you must be 21 or 18 to purchase, and there are criminal background questions involved at checkout. It's not a federal background check, but the retailer is doing a soft check, and lying on it is a perjury equivalent. Don't skip that screen. Number 4, the expandable baton, and this is the one with the brand new ruling I mentioned. Expandable batons are legal to carry in most of the South and Mountain West. Texas, Arizona, Tennessee, Montana, no permit needed. New York and Massachusetts still ban them outright. Possession is treated as possession of a criminal weapon, and the penalties are steeper than most people expect. But here's the major 2024 update for California. In the case, Foots versus Bonta, a federal district court issued an injunction in February 2024, ruling that simple possession of an expandable baton, a billy club under California Penal Code 22,210, is no longer enforceable. The California Attorney General immediately appealed, and the appeal is still working its way through the Ninth Circuit. As of late 2025, the injunction is still in effect, meaning possession is effectively decriminalized in California for now. But the situation is a moving target. I'd still avoid carrying one into K-12 schools, government buildings, or onto school zones where separate rules apply. Bottom line, California residents, research this carefully before you buy. If you live outside California, the broad stroke answer is the South and Mountain West are good. The Northeast and the Pacific Northwest are mostly off limits. And hey, if you've got a question about a specific item or your specific state, drop it in the comments right now. I go through these, and I'll answer as many as I can. And honestly, some of the best future video ideas come straight from you guys. Number 5. The kubotan, the hard plastic or metal keychain stick you've probably seen on a self-defense influencer's keyring. This one is about as close to universally legal as it gets. All 50 US states, no permit, no registration, and no age restriction beyond general adult purchase law. The kubotan was originally developed for the LAPD by a kung fu master in the 1970s and has been carried by law enforcement, security guards, and civilians for almost 50 years. The only catch, if the keychain is manufactured or sold in a way that doubles as brass knuckles, some of the popular knuckle-style self-defense keychains with finger holes, those hybrid versions can be restricted or outright banned in California, New York, Illinois, and a handful of other states. A straight cylindrical kubotan in hard plastic or metal? You're fine almost everywhere, but always confirm your state's knife and impact weapon statutes before you carry. Number 6. The personal safety alarm. Not flashy, but 100% legal in every US state. No exceptions, no permits, no age restrictions on possession. These are loud. Many models hit 130 decibels, which is roughly the volume of a jet engine at 100 feet, enough to disorient an attacker and draw attention from anyone nearby. They're extremely popular with college students, solo travelers, runners, and elderly family members, and there's zero legal risk attached. Some models include an LED flashlight and a USB rechargeable battery. If you want a no-brainer legal item for someone in your life, this is it. Number 7. And this one is blowing up right now. The Byrna launcher fires CO2-powered projectiles, both pepper rounds and kinetic rounds, and the launcher itself is legal in all 50 US states, with no federal background check or permit required, because it is not classified as a firearm by the ATF. But here's where buyers get burned. The pepper projectile rounds are restricted or banned in several states, including New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Michigan, Minnesota, Alaska, and Washington, D.C. Byrna's own shipping restrictions page lists this explicitly. New York City bans the Byrna entirely, including kinetic rounds. In California, Byrna only ships the kinetic launcher and specific rifle platforms, not the pepper projectiles. So before you check out, read Byrna's state-by-state shipping restrictions page in full, because their checkout will let you add projectiles to your cart and only block you at shipping, wasting your time. Compared to almost everything else on this list, this is the least restricted launcher with real stopping power. But the round-by-round, state-by-state restrictions are the catch, and the major reason some "I bought a Byrna and got nothing" reviews exist. Number 8. The tactical flashlight. High lumen output, 1,000 lumens and up, often with a strobe function for disorientation, and some models have a crenellated strike bezel on the front edge for emergency use. Because it's legally classified as a flashlight and not a weapon, it is unrestricted in all 50 states, with no permit, no registration, and no age limit at point of purchase. It's one of the most underrated self-defense tools out there, simply because nobody questions why you're carrying a flashlight. Number 9. Brass knuckles, and this is the most restricted item on today's list. Brass knuckles are illegal to possess in the majority of US states: California, New York, Illinois, Massachusetts, Michigan, Vermont, and Washington are the most consistently banned. Penalties vary. California treats simple possession as a misdemeanor, up to a year in county jail and a $1,000 fine, not a felony, but other states like Texas arguably still permit them, with a small handful more requiring a concealed carry permit to carry them concealed. This is the one item on this list where my advice is uniform. Research your exact state law before you even consider buying one. And number 10, the self-defense folding knife. Manual folding knives are legal nationwide in general, but blade length limits vary significantly by state and city. Some jurisdictions cap concealed carry at under 3 inches, others allow up to 4, and a handful have no practical limit at all. Automatic knives, also called switchblades, or OTF knives, used to be restricted in many states, but that landscape has shifted dramatically. As of June 2025, Wisconsin's Act 64 fully legalized switchblade possession, joining the growing list of states that treat autos the same as manual folders. However, automatic knives still face restrictions in California, under 2-inch blade limit on autos, New York, New Jersey, and Massachusetts, and several others. The takeaway: always check your state's specific blade length statute, not just whether knives in general are legal, and be aware of school, courthouse, federal building, and TSA restricted zone rules that override state law. So that's 10 non-lethal self-defense items, where they're legal, where they're not, and which ones are actually worth carrying in 2026. Remember, laws shift constantly, and federal court rulings can change state enforcement overnight. The biggest risk with this kind of list is assuming the rules you saw in last year's video still apply this year. Always double-check your specific state and local laws before you buy or carry anything on this list. If this video helped you, do me a favor. Hit subscribe, drop a like, and comment your state below so I know where this community is watching from.